Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be talking about the next miracle, which I self titled it Boats and Bros: How to Overcome Self Doubt. First, let me just thank each and every one of you for watching my first video explaining my Jesus year and why it's so important to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So, this next miracle comes from Luke 5 1 through 11. And of course, I have to tell you guys the miracle version of the story. So, in my mind, Peter just got off of work. I mean, he's tired. And Jesus rose up on Peter and he's like, "Hey, can I borrow your boat?" And Peter was probably looking at Jesus like, "Okay, like I know him, but like I don't know him, but okay, whatever." So they get in the boat and they go to the deep, and Jesus is preaching and all. And so he probably turns to Peter and was like, "Hey, we out here. You might as well let down your nets." And Peter's thinking, like, I just came from the night shift. I've been fishing all night. Like, they are not biting. But nevertheless, like, you right, we are out here. So why don't we just let down these nets? So they let down the nets and they end up catching so many fish. And then Peter calls his bros, like, "Hey, bro, come get this fish. Come get this fish. Like, if I'm eating, we all eating." So I'm sure Jesus is like sitting back watching Peter, like, okay, he obeyed when I said let down his nets, and then he got blessed and he was like, okay, let me bless others like that, like that. Probably came to Peter, was like, "Hey, I'm really, you a cool dude. I'm feeling your style, feeling your vibe. Like, you want to join the team?" And Peter was like, "Wait, what, me? Like, you want me? I'm cool." So what I got out of this lesson was basically everybody experiences self-doubt. Like, it comes in some form or some area of your life. So how do you overcome it? The definition of self-doubt is lack of faith in oneself. So how do we build up our faith in ourselves? And for me, well, for everyone, if you're having a lack of faith in yourself, it's probably because you don't trust yourself. You've been like not keeping your word to yourself, or you say you're going to do something and you don't do it time and time again. So when stuff comes along, you automatically have self-doubt in yourself because you essentially don't trust yourself. So how do you build up the trust that you believe yourself, or you keep your word, or you believe the promises that you tell yourself? So, of course, we always like dream big. Your dreams should scare you. You're not dreaming big enough. And believe me, yet, amen to all of that. But once you do have a goal, you need to break that thing down to very small things that you can do now so you can kind of build up your trust in yourself. So, I'll use myself as an example. Ever since Maverick was born, I have been saying, "I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Have I? No." And I would do something for a week or 2 weeks and then I'll stop. So there was no trust in myself to actually do this. So studying this lesson, I was like, okay, what can I do right now? Let me break this thing down to really, really small, tangible things that I can do right now. Increase my water. So I started doing that for a week straight. Let me just increase my water, did that. And so the next thing I wanted to do was to start working out. And for me, I have to work out in order to start eating right. I know it's backwards, but that's how my mind works. So I wanted to do a trial base of working out. So just try different things that would kind of like I would commit to. So the first week I convinced Chris to buy me some new shoes and a whole running outfit, whatever that means, because I was going to start running. So I woke up at 6 in the morning and I ran around the neighborhood. I did that twice and I stopped. Why? I'm not a runner, and I've known that about myself since Miller. Like in middle school, if you were an athlete, they made you do all the sports. So they made us do cross country. So I have not liked running since my Miller days. Of course I didn't commit. The second thing I tried to do was, again, I convinced Chris to buy workout equipment because I was going to work out in the garage. So I did that twice, stopped. Why? It's hot in the garage. I don't want to do that. So, but I'm still in my trial period. So I was like, okay, what else can I do? So the next week after that, I was like, okay, let me try YouTube videos. So I started doing YouTube videos. The first one was like a Zumba YouTube videos. I wasn't really feeling that. The second one was a hip hop class, and I was like, okay, I like to dance. I would enjoy that. I didn't like that either because I learned really fast. So I feel like it was boring and slow. And so finally, I found this really super cool girl. She does videos. I don't know her name, so yeah, I'll try to add it in later. But she has these videos and it's 5 minutes. So after I mastered the 5 minute workout, then I graduated to the 10-minute workout and then 15. And so now I'm doing the 20-minute workout videos. But guys, that trial base period lasted for a month. So I dedicated a whole month to just figuring out what I want, how I can do it, what I can do, and kind of like a routine. So now I can go back and write down my goal of working out 4 times a week, which I will commit to because I had that trial base in place and I know what works and what doesn't work for me. So that is my advice, to definitely just break that thing down and start trusting yourself again and starting off small so you build up the trust and then you can overcome self-doubt. The second thing that I did, I know I talk about it a lot in a podcast with me and Chris, but when I was really going through that low point in my life where I was seeing a therapist, I just like didn't know my purpose, didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I recorded a video while I was in Pennsylvania, and now I go back and I rewatch that same video for motivation, inspiration, just like to see where I've come from, because I know I will never be in that state again. Like that was like really bad. So people talk about daily affirmations. Like this is almost like an affirmation for me because I'll watch that video and I'm like, this is what I've overcome and I never want to be in that place again. So for you, if you need to write down something that sometimes you just got to remind yourself what you've been through. And if you've been through that, you're going to get through whatever you're experiencing now. So write stuff down, create a video if you're like me, and kind of just remind yourself of like, you too are great and look at all the stuff that you have been through. So thank you for watching my video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Bye.